Real quick, this episode is sponsored by Smooth Shop, your home for high-quality Delta 8. With their gummies, vapes, and pre-rolls, Smooth Shop has a variety of products to help you release, relieve, and revive. All products are made from legal hemp. They are permitted for sale under the 2018 Farm Bill. Product lab tests are available upon request, and you must be 21 and up to purchase. Right now, Smooth Shop is offering my listeners a free Blue Dream vape cartridge and free shipping with the minimum purchase of $40. Use the code Convo with Friends during checkout. Visit smoothhtxshop.com and make your purchase today. That's smoothhtxshop.com. Release, relieve, revive. All right, y'all, back to the show. Welcome back to the Conversations with Friends podcast. I'm your host, Bree, and every week I'm having necessary conversations with different friends of the show from all walks of life. We're in the month of March, so that means it's Women's History Month. And I wanted to highlight some different women this month that are making their own marks on history. And so this week, I wanted to bring on this daring woman whose mission is to help other women reach their full potential. I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll dig a little deeper into your story a little later.
Which camera I like?
I'm sorry. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
We're right there.
Okay. My name is Shawntel, a.k.a. Tell Marie. I am the author of Be S.H.E by Tell Marie. It is sold on Amazon.com, my first self-help women's journal. I'm also the CEO, founder, and visionary of BeShe.org, which is a women's organization.
It's nice. I didn't know that you were an author, but
yes,
kudos to you, girl.
Thank you.
So I like to start the show off by just doing the icebreaker so we can just get the nerves out and get everything flowing.
Okay.
And it's just a quick game of this or that.
Okay.
And like rapid fire. I mean, you can expand if you want to, but it's just quick little this or that.
Okay.
All right. So makeup or no makeup? I mean, today you makeup.
Yeah, makeup. Well, I would makeup.
Makeup. That's
but
what
I rather bare face, but you know,
You gotta be cute.
Yeah.
I feel you. Read a book or watch TV?
Lately it's been read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indoors or outdoors?
Oh, I'm indoors.
Me
indoors,
too, because
please.
we stay in Houston. That heat, I ain't got time.
Mosquitoes favor me.
Okay.
So indoors.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
I like vanilla flavored things
it depends
better.
on what it is.
But chocolate, I think of black people. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Honesty or loyalty?
Oh.
That's a hard one, huh?
The same. Loyalty.
Loyalty?
And honesty.
Both of them? Both of them. Spa date or a gym date?
Spa date. Well, spa date.
Spa date?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. All day. Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Savory. Me too. Weekend getaway or a week-long trip?
If I had to choose, weekend getaway.
Weekend getaway? Yeah.
I have like a 3-day max. That
for real?
If I'm away from home, like longer than that, I'd be like, I'm ready to go.
Ready to go home?
So,
really?
a week long. I mean, it would sound good. But
yeah. I feel like every time I would go on vacation, I would meet people that would be like, oh, we've been here for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And I'm like, I would love to do that.
I would love to, but I
got to get back to the kids, to the business, and all of that. Fine dining or a home-cooked meal?
Depending on who cooking the meal.
Right. What about you, if you cooking it?
Fine dining.
Fine
I don't want
dining,
to.
yeah.
I'd rather fine dining over
Take
cooking.
that off of me.
Yes.
A corporate job or entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship.
Icing or the cake?
Icing?
I'm an icing person.
Yeah.
Too. I would take the containers when I was a kid and just lick all the icing. You can have that cake.
I like to melt my icing on top of the cake.
Oh, yeah.
Throw it in the microwave.
You know, like that, the pound cake that I used to make with like the little lemon drizzle on top. I love that one, melted on top.
It's warm.
Yes. So would you rather, this is the last one too,
Okay.
Would you rather be 20 forever or 30 forever?
Ooh, 30.
30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like your 20s, you still kind of like figuring it out. In 30s, like you look, you know, a little bit more about yourself, and
definitely 30.
You got more money.
Know how to make more money.
Right.
Than we did at 20. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely 30.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the topics.
Okay.
And I wanted to first just start out with you telling us a little bit about like your upbringing and what was that like for you?
My upbringing, it was me and my older sister. We're like 4 years apart. We pretty much were brought up in I'm not gonna say a single parent household, because my mom and my stepdad got married when I was, like middle school. So I guess that's like the upbringing. I'm born in Las Vegas.
Okay.
We moved here like almost middle school time for me. So back in like 90, 98, 99. And then it was just, women. I have a family full of women.
Yeah.
So I think that's mainly why I kind of like to cater to women and being women and just helping women. I had my first child when I had a stillborn back in, like, right before my 21st birthday. So that kind of helped me, I guess, be able to walk into what I'm doing now as far as helping other women. I lost that child, had my oldest, and have 4 kids now. I was married before, divorced after my first 2, and then I got remarried back in 2018, so we're almost at 5 years.
Congrats.
Thank you. And then Be S.H.E was born 2 years ago, I think. It's sad that I don't know exactly when.
Because this time just be flying. Especially after this pandemic time it's been going.
Yeah. So it was when I lost my grandmother when I decided to go ahead and publish it. And I've just been Be S.H.E since.
Be S.H.E since, huh? I know that's right. Well, that's what I was going to ask you. How has your upbringing and your life experiences played a part in who you are today? If you want to elaborate on that or tell.
Yeah, I speak about it a lot just from what I did go through with the child loss. I come across a lot of women that are like, girl, I lost my first child. You know, like, how did you cope with it? And I always say I think God took me through that so that I could help more women that are experiencing it. I was 20. It was the day before my 21st birthday. So I really didn't know. Like we just talked about, you have to stay in your 20s or your 30s. I didn't really know much. So to just get through that, and I felt like I got through it alone. And I feel like he took me through that kind of like alone so that I would know, like, you can get through it.
Exactly.
Went through divorce at a young age. Got married because I was pregnant with my oldest daughter. I don't want to talk about that too much, but definitely got married because that was what it was put into our, instilled in us.
When we were younger, that was definitely
supposed to get married to the person that you're pregnant with. Got married at a young age, which I feel like 21, 22 is a very young age. And got divorced quickly after. And I just decided to, I guess, take time from me and just mother the 2 kids that I had from that marriage. And then I feel like as the years passed, I was able to know what I wanted out of relationships or whatever. So that's when I met my now husband, and I'm able to now help women understand, because a lot of women won't walk away from marriages because they feel like, oh, well, I'm not supposed to divorce.
Yeah, or they have these kids.
God won't forgive me.
That part.
Or even nobody's going to ever want me with, a divorce and
the baggage.
Kids.
What they call it.
Right. So I just feel like just those few like obstacles, although I've went through friends, betrayal. Yeah. We talked about loyalty and honesty. That's why I'm like, those go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do.
So I went through life. I feel like I'm only 36. Yeah, I'm 36. I'm only 36. So I feel like in my 20s and my early 30s, he definitely took me through some things that I'm able now to be able to say, I can't just tell you you're going to be okay. I can assure you that you are, because I am.
went through it, and I'm okay now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy because a lot of times we keep those stories to ourselves, thinking that we're the only ones that's going through it. And it's a lot of women that share those similar experiences, because I was in the same place that you were in.
Okay.
I know I was, so my first child, I was pregnant with triplets, but I lost 2 of them when I was like 5 months pregnant. And so I had to carry the kids, I had to deliver the kids. And it was like I was 20 years old, like didn't know what in the world I was doing or how I was going to get through it. And it's crazy because during that time, I felt like I didn't know why I was going through what I was going through. But years down the line, and today I can sit here and say, thank God that he sent me through that, because had it went the other way, I feel like my life right now would be totally different. Yeah. And then it strengthens you, like you said. And you went to Smiley, right?
I did.
Okay. See, I feel like I knew of you from that side of town when we were coming up. And but just sitting here talking to you, I'm just learning a whole bunch of new things.
Right.
So with being a mother and a wife, how long have you been, you say you've been married since 2018, right? To your current husband. And you have 4 kids. And so how do you balance those roles of being a mom, a wife, and still staying committed to your purpose?
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah.
I think I'm just now learning to balance. And you kind of put motherhood, sometimes you put that on the back burner, or you might put your business on the back burner, or you might put your husband on the back burner. I think this year, and we only in March, I'm learning now, like, balance.
Yeah.
Like, everybody deserves a piece of me, but then again, I'm learning also how to put me before that, because I'm learning that if I'm not healthy, then there's nothing I can give
else
to.
Won't be healthy.
Because I started noticing that if I'm yelling all the time, then the kids start yelling.
Everybody
all the time.
On eggshells.
Right. So everybody just like, okay. So I had to learn that was because I had no balance. I had no boundaries. I had no structure. So now it's just like, okay, what are we gonna do? Like, let's do this, this, and that. Simple things as far as like a menu for the week.
Yeah.
Instead of just like winging it. Like last year, I experienced burnout because it was just like we winged it, like whatever, just day by day. We still doing it day by day, but it's just finding that balance. Like, make a menu, put it on the calendar. That's why I saw a post the other day. It was like, if it's not on the calendar, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
So now I'm like, let me put that on the calendar right now, because it won't happen.
Yeah, I think it's important to have like those plans and say, especially when because I feel like as a mom, you're managing your family.
Yeah.
And their schedules, your schedule, and sometimes it can be a lot of times, not just sometimes. It can be a lot hectic. Yeah. But putting the plan, because I'm trying to figure it out right now. Right now I'm in that winking it space. Because I added on, I do hair for a living, then I added on this podcast, and I have my 2 kids, and I'm a single mother. And so it's just me trying to figure it out. And I'm like, when I'm going to get the chance to cook. But I need to do that menu at the beginning of the week, because I think that'll help me out.
It's helped even with grocery shopping now. So like I make a menu and I just get on and I literally order what's on that menu. Yeah. I'm not buying any other groceries outside of that, because
groceries expensive too right now.
Wasting food, throwing away stuff that I never touch because I just saw it in the store. Like, oh, I'm gonna make that. So now with the menu, and even just like our kids, I have always been I like to clean, and I blame my mama for that. But like dishes, I'm trying to make sure that my kids start cleaning up after themselves a little more, instead of me just doing it and then complaining about it. So that's even something that we're adding to, like I'm adding to like my balance. Yeah, like like y'all old enough. She 14.
Right, for sure.
So
my 14-year-old is a boy, and it's like I'm constantly yelling. I'm trying to figure. I seen one of my friends post yesterday on her story, why are boys so dirty and messy? I'm like, and I have 2 boys. Every day I'm yelling at them. I'm like, we go through the same thing all the time.
Like, what is this smell?
I'm like, you should be old enough to get all of this together.
Yeah.
But they don't. We got to be mama always.
Yeah. But I did lashes for about 4. I think I took my lash certification in 2018, the year we got married, and I did them kind of. And then I ended up quitting my job. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this lash money. Went to school for it, graduated. And then like maybe a year into doing it, just like consistently, I just kept wanting to do Be She. So I'm like, I blocked off my schedule for a week from lashing. I didn't take any clients, and I just isolated myself to write the book. And I'm like, when I do pray, it's like, God, give me the balance, because this is what I really want to do, but also I don't want to ever put anything else before my household.
Right.
So now I'm just learning how to put my household first and still find a way to do what makes me happy. And that's Be She. So
yeah, it's kind of like you have to. It sounds like what you had was a calling to do Be She. And, sometimes we can get in our ways, but I feel like I've also been trying to practice being obedient to God and what I pray for, and when he delivers it, not mismanaging with what he's given me. And it's crazy, because whenever I was having the idea of what I wanted to do for this month, I didn't know who I was going to call, but something was telling me to call you. And I didn't know what it was. I was like, well, I'm just going to listen to it. Let me just reach out to her. And then because I just feel like what you're doing is a great thing, and we need it. And I guess that goes with my next question. I wanted to ask you, what is your purpose, and how was it revealed to you?
Like you said, it was pretty much a calling. Whenever I do pray, well, I pray every day, but whenever I do pray and ask for something specific, I'm learning to wait.
Yeah.
And I'm not anticipating what I want to happen. I'm literally like waiting, like, okay, God, I asked you to place me where I need to be. And every time that I would ask, it would be like somebody would randomly call and be like, I need your advice. Or not even just advice, like your events, because I did my first event last year in March. So this will be my third event. And after March, like so many women were just like, this is your calling. This is what, this is your ministry. So I'm like, I feel like this is where I'm happy. Whenever I do a Be She event, or whenever I speak to women about anything that has something pertaining to Be She, which Be She is be strong, be happy, be encouraged. So the journal, and it's like when women reach out to me like, hey, I'm on the Be Happy in your journal, and they send me things, that makes me happy. That's my purpose. That's where I feel like I'm supposed to be in this moment. I haven't been lashing. I really don't lash anymore. And that's because I just feel like this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. I feel you. And I want to correct myself, because I said it's crazy of how things worked out, but really it's God.
I had to stop saying that.
I had to stop saying that too. I have to correct myself.
Somebody checked me on that, and I was like, oh, that's a coincidence. Like, no,
it's God.
And nothing that he does by coincidence. It was a reason that you
had
me here. It was a reason that I came to your mind.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for being
Girl,
obedient.
no problem. I thank you for coming.
Of course.
I thank you. So was there just like a singular, particular moment or a defining moment in your life that made you want to step into this direction of servitude?
I don't think so. Not like any
specific thing. No.
It's just I've always been that friend. All my friends can probably vouch for it. Anybody has came in contact with me, I would pretty much be like therapy sessions for my lash clients. They'll be laying there like, girl, I don't know why I feel so comfortable telling you this.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know why.
Pouring it all out, huh?
I'll be like, sometimes when I leave out, I'll be like,
industry child.
Yes, because I'm like, I don't know why either. Wait, don't tell me everything, please. But, just when they would leave, I'm like, oh, I feel like I helped somebody, So that's just where I'm happy, just helping somebody with certain things, especially if you come to me and say, this been a rough year, and you want solutions, not just, oh, this been a rough year. I'm just over it, and every time I check on you, it's like
it's just rough, and we just going down.
I'm still going through it. I'm like, well, what we gonna, let's come up
it?
With something, because some days I'm just not there where I can just always be the encourager. Like sometimes
I need the encouraging.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean because, like with me being a hairstylist, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I did an episode this past week that was with other hairstylists
Yeah, I
and our
saw y'all
clients.
do a clip.
And I'm like, we are real life counselors, but we talked about the same thing. Like, I don't want you to come and unload and then you not leave from me not feeling like
Exactly.
I helped you in some kind of way. Now, I'm not no licensed therapist.
Right.
I ain't claiming that I can help you change your life, but at least I can just be of some kind of encouragement and some kind of, because I'm the same way. Me personally in my life, I can't just sit around and stay in a bad space for too long, but I have learned to allow myself to feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And then, okay, you got to pick it up and do something about it, you know, and not stay in that place. So I try to encourage the women that I come across in my chair to do the same thing.
That comes with age too.
Yeah.
And experience. We were 20 going through things that some 50-year-olds can't even say that they, experienced. So it definitely comes with
maturity and life experiences. And like you said earlier, you going through that, and then when you encourage somebody else, it's because of what you've been through and what you've grown through, what you've gotten through. So it makes it easier to let somebody else know, child, I done been there. I'm here. Look at me now.
So I will say that because you asked, was there any like particular moment or anything? I would just, honestly, probably my relationship with God. It got better. So I feel like now it's time for me to completely walk into what he has already, assigned me to do.
Yeah, that's the same place that I'm in. I was, when I had this thought to do this podcast, I didn't tell anybody. It was something I was thinking in my mind, but I also was praying to God about, like, let me know if I should do it or send me a sign on which way I should move. And random people, I kid you not, random people started telling me, you should do a podcast. You should start a podcast. And I'm like, okay, God. And I'm like,
answer prayers.
Right. And I'm like, because I am in that space where I want to remain obedient. I'm like, okay, he answered. So now I have to deliver. And this is like a commitment that I have to stay committed to because it's every week, me devoting my time. And like with being a mom and stuff, you have mama guilt. And you feel like, okay, I'm sacrificing more time away from my kids. But at the same time, luckily I have understanding kids that know what I'm trying to do. And then, they've seen me birth a business too. And so they're understanding. And then with that, I don't know, I guess I also too pray for God to just put me where he want me to be.
Yeah.
And just give me, like you said, that balance to do it all.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be, feeling like I am sacrificing my time. I want to feel that guilt. I want to, know that what I'm doing is the right move and the right way that I'm going. So what makes you feel most empowered?
What makes me feel most empowered?
Because, you have to feel some kind of empowerment in order to encourage, groups of women to go after their things.
Probably when just hearing how I impacted anybody, really, in a positive way, of course. And even if it's a negative way, but mostly in a positive way, if I impacted any part of someone's life, then that it makes me feel like keep going.
Yeah.
Makes me feel proud. That gives me that encouragement that I need most of the time. You don't have to really say, okay, well, you got this or you can do it, Tell. But honestly, I feel like I can do it more, keep going, if somebody just simply is like, girl, you doing this, or you really inspire me with that, with your words or with your post, or by you just checking on me. I'm really feeling, yesterday I was ready to, take myself out. You checked on me and you're just a genuine person. Like just hearing like real words from real people that I ain't, had to say, hey, how am I as a friend? It's like some people don't even know me, and this is empowering, just, like being reached out to. And sometimes I sit in the bed and I even tell my husband, I'm like, somebody just reached out to me and they, I'm like, did I really say something that really, And it's like sometimes it feels like really unreal. And for some, it might be like, girl, you ain't that big. I'm not, but That's big
but
to
it's
me.
impactful and it is big.
And that's what
yeah.
empowered, like, gives me that encouragement to just keep going. Like, I'm reaching somebody else today.
It's kind of like you feel like a high from that, and it makes you feel like you should still go. I think what I got this idea of doing the podcast whenever I got all my clients together, and I told them it was gonna be a client appreciation brunch, but they wasn't expecting what I did. But I made it like a conversational thing, and I had people to submit topics, and we talked about it as a group. Like going back how we were saying, you may feel like you're the only one going through something, but it's so many women and that could be sharing that similar experience. And if you talk about it, it'll make you feel like you can exhale and feel better about it. Because I might feel like in that moment, I can't get through it. But, seeing somebody else do it, it'll make them get through it. But I remember the first time I did the event, I left feeling like I was just on top of the world or just felt I had an overall like overwhelming good feeling. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I got to keep this going. Yeah. I got to figure out how to reach the masses some kind of way. So what brings you peace when you're anxious?
Prayer.
Yeah.
And inspirational music. Mm-hmm. If I start feeling too, like anxious or just like worked up, I'll throw on some Kirk Franklin mix. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, Alexa, please play Kirk Franklin radio. And I instantly, or I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll just pray and just ask for peace. Mm-hmm. And I instantly get a relief.
Yeah. Same, right there with you. So I guess we kind of, I was going to ask you, my next question was to ask you what inspired you to start Be S.H.E, but I think we already went there. But if you can just tell me what's the purpose and the mission for your organization?
The purpose for Be S.H.E is to reach as many women as I can. Mm-hmm. And I also want to go ahead and start like a team, like a branch for Be S.H.E, mm-hmm. where I want my teen girls to feel empowered. Okay. I want to be able, I have a teen daughter, and those kids face a lot. Yeah. They face way more than we ever did. Mm-hmm. Like growing up, I'm like, y'all facing them type of problems. I got a girlfriend that's 36
so
and she went through the same thing. Like
at 36.
How are you going through that and you 13? So they're seeing a lot more. Mm-hmm. So I think they need more of us that are doing good for the community to just put them under our wings. I think growing up we had big brother, little sisters type deals. We don't really have that no more.
Oh, like the Boys and Girls Club. I was going to say that too. When I was a child, I was in a organization that were for kids that were they grew up in like less fortunate sides of town. Yeah. And so that was a place that like brought you together, and we had like older people that could mentor us or just talk to us, like no matter what we had going on at home. If we couldn't talk to our parents, we can talk to those adults or the older kids that were there. And I used to feel like now with me being a parent, I'm like, where are these things?
We don't have them
we
anymore.
Need that. Mm-hmm. We really do need that.
So that would be something that I would love to create.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that by myself. Mm-hmm. Like Be S.H.E, that's mine. However, I just hired on a team. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I know that walking into this season, I kept hearing and like pastors kept preaching sermons about needing a team. Mm-hmm. I think Sarah Jakes even spoke about it in one of her sermons not too long ago. She was just like, you are going to need help to get to get through this next season that God is about to take you to. So I reached out to some people who I'm just like, hey, I need help, and I'm no longer afraid to ask for it. Yeah. And I think as women, and especially as Black women, we get, I don't know if it's like we're scorned, because sometimes, like in the lash industry, you may ask like, okay, well, like who do you go to for XYZ? And they're like, oh, you got to do your own research.
They don't want to help you. And it's crazy.
No, exactly.
I've been through that too. Yeah. Reaching out to women in the beauty industry just for advice or how did you get to this? And I've had that same pushback.
I hate it. And it's like, why does it have to be that way?
Right.
Like we're the only culture that really does it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, if more women, just to speak on the mission and the purpose for Be S.H.E, I just want all women to understand that if we came together collectively, like the things we could do. Like we could reach new heights and it would just be like amazing.
Yeah, I agree. So what do you see for the future of Be S.H.E?
The future of Be S.H.E, more books. I do want to write more books. I do want to be more open with my audience. I think I'm pretty open now, but I always would fear talking about my past because I'm like, them girls gonna judge me, but now I'm learning like my past that's my story, and I'm not there anymore, so it's no need to not talk about it because my word, I'm here. This is my purpose, is to help other women, and I can't help them if they don't even know
what you all been through.
What I've been through. They're gonna be like, "Girl, you can't tell me nothing. You ain't never been through this." And it's like, I have though. So if I'm more open with my audience, which I'm learning how to do now, is to be more vulnerable with people that I don't know. Yeah, because that's a scary thing. Because you like God, like literally at my last event, he was like, give somebody a ticket. That I was kind of like, I don't want to. I'm like, because all they're going to do is probably take what I say and take it as a messy situation. I never really used to talk about divorce because that's for what? Yeah. But now I'm like, that's part of my story.
Yeah, and it's inspiring to see that, you did go through divorce and you were able to overcome it and marry again. And somebody need to hear that. Yeah. Because, like you said, sometimes you can feel hopeful after you go through those, or you feel like discouraged after going through those situations and feel like, oh, I won't ever get married again or I won't find love again. And I remember when I had my first son and me and his dad didn't work out, I was like, ain't nobody gonna want me having a kid at 20 years old.
Girl, we beat
got these stretch marks on my body. I got this kid and I'm like,
beating ourselves up more than anybody else. Cause that's how I can say it is somebody out there that will love you, but you gotta love you first.
That's most important.
I never would have met my husband, we knew each other, but I never would have remarried if I didn't get out of my own head, because I would always say, I'm not ever getting married again. If that's what marriage is, I don't want it. Right. So I used to always speak against it until I realized, okay, I could get married again. I could be happy. It don't have to be because my past, it doesn't make me now. Right. But that came with age. That came with maturity.
Yeah, and learning to give yourself grace, I feel like it's a really important thing, because we can get in our heads and beat ourselves up all day and talk ourselves, like you said, getting your own way for the good things to really happen for you. So I know you have an upcoming event for Be S.H.E. I wanted you to tell us about the event and what we can expect, and what is the event?
So this is my third. It's a women's encouragement event. The first one was a brunch. The first one was a luncheon. The second one was a brunch. Now we're going to do a dinner. Okay. And this one is a social as well. So before the event starts, we're going to bump elbows with women in business. Even if you don't have a business, I don't want that to ever discourage the next woman. These events aren't just catered to business. I have 5 panelists. You call them panelists when they women, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we have someone. We'll go with it. So it's 5. I have 5 beautiful panelists. They all are business owners, but I personally know that they all have experienced triumph getting to where they are. So I need them to just speak to the women that will be there and just let them know that you got this, which is pretty much my catchphrase that I put on everything is you got this, because sometimes that's all we need to hear.
Exactly.
So the event is March 25th. It is.
Be there.
Yes, please. The link is in my bio at B. Girl, I don't even know. Is it B?
That's all right. We're going to put it down in the description box.
It'll be below.
So y'all can buy your tickets, go to the event March 25th, right?
March 25th, and the social starts at 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll socialize from 4 to 5:30. I have a spoken word artist that will be reciting. I also have a live band.
Okay.
So I'm excited about, yes, we have live music in the evening. I'm excited about that. And we're just going to have us a good time, but we may have some church, we may cry, we're going to laugh.
All of it.
We may have a dance off. Who knows?
I know that's right.
Who knows? We're going to eat good at all my events. I'd love to make sure that the women not only just feed your souls, but feed your bellies. So
in a good way.
Yes. So we have a chef catering. What else am I forgetting? I don't think anything.
It sounds amazing. I can't wait. I'm going.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yay. Bring all your girlfriends. Yeah. Bring everybody. My mama be there. Her friends.
Tell your sister. Tell
Look, my mama be bringing her friends. So it'll be all age groups. So don't think, well, not the babies. This not for y'all yet. But I do have something in the making for my teens, as I stated. And I'm going to need you and other women to just help me bring that to life.
Yeah. I got you, girl.
Yes.
Because we got this.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So when you leave this world, what do you want your mark on history to be?
That she was a good person.
Yeah. Period. The point and the blank.
That's it.
All right. So to end out the episode, I like to go into like just an inspirational segment. And so I wanted to ask you, who is your inspiration?
Who?
You don't have to be just one person. It could be a group.
Okay. Or my mom, for sure. My husband. My 4 kids. All of them are inspiring. They inspire me to keep going. Mm-hmm. My friends. I have a nice amount of friends that inspire, for sure. And overall, the old me, I would say.
Yeah.
The old Tel definitely inspires more than anybody. Mm-hmm. Because I want to do better than I ever did. I want to go places I ain't never been. I want to walk in rooms I ain't never walked in. Exactly. No longer claim, I'm too shy to go over there and approach her, or, I ain't going there because, XYZ. So the old me, I would say probably number one, inspiration.
Yeah. I was listening to a sermon by Sarah Jakes Roberts today, and she was talking about triggers that can take you back to your past, mm-hmm. and how it's important not to let it take you back to that pain of the past, but the side that showed you that I can move forward, I can get over this. And I think it's good to, because I didn't used to think like, let me think back on who I used to be and use that as an inspiration to move forward. But I think that that's a good way, because it's important to remind yourself, look what I've overcome, and where I am now and where I can go past it.
Days that I would just sit and be like, oh, I can't never, I would never be able to do that. And then I'm doing it, so.
Yeah. Thank the Lord. So who do you seek to inspire?
Who do I seek to inspire? Women. Mm-hmm. All women. Old, young. Women that think they, set in their ways. I want to reach them too, because I want to pull them on.
Right.
Women.
It's nice. So what's one thing you can do to get closer to that place of impact that you're seeking?
Continue to be obedient and walk in my purpose.
Yeah.
You asked for one thing, I said two.
I think that goes along with each other. Yeah. I'm the same way. That's the place that I'm in right now. Yeah. I want to remain obedient and walk in the purpose and where God wants me to be, and is leading me to be.
Yep.
Yeah. This was great.
Yes, it was.
It was inspiring. Hearing your story is inspiring for sure. Well, I want to thank you for joining me this week, and I want to thank all of y'all for joining us every week. Be sure to follow the Conversations with Friends podcast IG page. Do you want to plug anything else before we get out of here?
March 25th. All women, meet me there. Meet us there.
Period.
Bring your business cards. And if you got the dot, the popple, is it called popple or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I just
bring your dot cards, your popple little thingies on your phones. Bring all of that because we're going to meet new people. And y'all, I need women help to get Be.S.H.E to where it's supposed to be.
No, that's right. So I'm going to put all of her information in the description box below so you can buy your tickets to the Be.S.H.E event. You can also connect with her on her social media platforms. And please, please, please subscribe to the channel. I want you to like, rate, and comment down below. Let us know what you think about this episode. And if you want to continue the conversation, comment down below and we're going to keep it going.
Yes.
Yes. I want to thank you again because this was really good.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Until next time, we out, y'all. Peace.